Welcome back everyone. In today's video we are going to solve this problem, which is from Balkan Mo Shortlist 2017, and it's problem 6 in the algebra part. And to start off, we'll prove that f0 is equal to 0. So if we put this, we will get that f0 plus y times f0 is equal to f0. Now let's check if f can be constant. So let fy equals to c for every y in the real numbers, and we get that c equals to c plus x times c, which means that c must be equal to 0. So one of the solution is fy equal to 0. But let's assume that fy is not 0 at this moment. So we get that also if f0 is not 0, so against our claim, then we can replace y with the y divided to f0, and we will get fy equals to f0, which is against our assumption. So we will get that f0 must be equal to 0. Now for our claim 2, we will prove that if there exists fa equal to 0, then a must be 0. Let's put original equation here. Now let's put this in our original equation. So we will get f square root of a plus y times fa equals to f square root of a plus square root of a times f square root of a times y. We know that fa is equal to 0, and we want to prove that a is 0 too. So we know that this is 0, and we get f square root of a equals to f square root of a plus square root of a times f square root of a times y. These two are the same, so we get a square root of a times f square root of a times y equals to 0. Now if a is not 0, then we can replace y with the y divided to square root of a, and we will get fy equal to 0, which is contradiction from our assumption. So we will get that a is equal to 0. Now for our claim 3, we will prove that f1 is equal to 1. Let's assume that f1 is not 1, so we can put this, because f1 is not 1, and we will get f1 plus 1 divided to 1 minus f1 times f1 is equal to f1 plus f1 divided to 1 minus f1. Now this is same as 1 plus f1 divided to 1 minus f1, which is equal to f1 plus this. Now let's add these two, and we will get f1 divided to 1 minus f1 is equal to f1 plus f1 divided to 1 minus f1. We can see that these two are the same, so we get that f1 is equal to 0. But from our claim 2, we know that if fa is 0, then a must be 0, but we get that a is 1, so this is contradiction, which means that f1 should be equal to 1. Now for claim 4, we'll prove that f is injective function. And for this, let's assume the contradiction and say that fa equals to fb for some a and b such that a is more than b. Now if we put this and subtract this, in the original equation, let's copy down again. We will prove that f should be injective. So we get fx plus a minus x divided to fx squared times fx squared minus fx plus b minus x divided to fx squared times fx squared. So we will get this on the left side if we subtract these two, which is equal to f a minus b, which we know that is 0. And on the right hand side, we get fx plus x times fx times a minus x divided to fx squared is minus fx minus x times fx times b minus x divided to fx squared. And we know that this is 0. Also these two are the same, and we will get that. Also we know that this is true for every x, so we can say that x is not equal to 0. So we will get x times a minus x divided to fx squared is equal to fx times b minus x divided to fx squared. Now if we put x equal to a, we will get fa times 0 divided to fa squared is equal to, we know that this is 0 because f0 is 0, and this should be equal to fa times b minus a divided to fa squared. Now, from our claim 2, which was that if z is equal to 0, then z must be 0, we get that a times b minus a divided to fa squared should be 0, which is same as saying that a times b minus a is equal to 0. We know that a is not 0 because we know that f is injective at 0. So we will get b minus a is equal to 0, which means that a is equal to b. So we get that f is injective. Now we will prove that to finish this problem also, we will prove that fx is equal to x. Now copy this. Down here. Now we will prove that also it's easy to notice that if we put x equal to 1, we get fy plus 1 is equal to f1, which is 1, plus fy. And if we put also using induction, if we know that fn is equal to n for n some whole number, integer, we can prove that f1 plus 1 and 1 plus 1 is equal to n plus 1. And so this means that fn is equal to n for every integer. Now if we put this, we get fn plus y times fn square, which we know that is n square, is equal to fn, which is n, plus n times fyn. We can't say that this is equal to yn because this is not always integer, and we don't need it right now. But also we can bring this out, so we get fy times n square is equal to n times fyn, because these two are the same. And if we put let's copy this down, so like this. Now back to the equation. We can we can call this some x, because this is surjective on real numbers. So we get fx times n is equal to n times fx. And we can use this, but for the simple writings, we let n equal to 0. So we get f2x is equal to 2fx. Now put this in the original equation, and we will try to use this. We get f2x plus 2y times f4x squared is equal to f2x plus 2x times 4xy. Now we can bring 2's out, so we will get 2 times fx plus 4y times fx squared is equal to 2fx plus 8x times fxy. And we can just remove the 2's, subtract both sides, and we will get this. And now put 2y instead of y, and we will get fx times 2y times fx squared is equal to fx plus this is x, so 2x times fxy. And from here, okay, so if we subtract these two, actually we will subtract 2 times this x and 2y minus p 2x and 2y. We know this is equal to this, and this is 2 times this. So we will get that fx times plus fx plus 4y times fx squared is equal to 2 times fx plus 2y fx squared. It's easy to subtract this too, and we will get this. And here, notice that we can replace y with a y minus x divided to 4fx squared, and this becomes y, so we get that fx plus fy is equal to 2 times fx plus y divided to 2. But we know that this is equal to fx plus y. So we get that f is Cauchy function. So fx plus fy equals to fx plus y. We can see that one of the solution for this is fx equal to x, but this is not the only one. So we will continue to prove that fx should be x equal to x. Now we know that this is equal to fx plus fy times fx squared, because it is x plus y times fx squared, and this is equal to this, which is fx plus fx times x. So these two are equal, so we get fy fx squared is equal to fxy times x. And here we will prove, and this is what we use to prove fx equal to x. So put y equal to 1, and we will get that fx squared is equal to fx times x. And also we know that fx plus 1 is equal to fx plus 1. And let's replace x with the x plus 1, and we will get fx squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to fx plus 1 times x plus 1. Now let's simplify this at first. So we will get x squared plus 2x plus 1. And also this is equal to fx squared plus f2x plus 1, because we know that f is Cauchy function right here. So we can separate these two, and we can also use Cauchy here, and we will get that this is equal to fx squared plus ff2x plus f1, which is 1, and this is equal to f2fx, which is same as 2ffx. So we get that left hand side is equal to ffx squared plus 2ffx plus 1. Now for the right hand side, which is this, we will get that fx plus 1 times x plus 1 is equal to fx plus 1 times x plus 1, which is equal to xfx plus fx plus x plus 1. So we get that right hand side is equal to xfx plus x plus fx plus 1. And also we know that this, so ffx squared is equal to fx times x. So since right hand side is equal to left hand side, we will get that ffx squared plus 2ffx plus 1 is equal to xfx plus x plus fx plus 1. We know that these two are the same, and 1 is equal to 1, so we will get 2ffx is equal to x plus fx. Now we will replace x with the x square, so we will get 2 like this, 2 times f(x) square equals to x square plus fx square. This is also the useful trick to replace things with the others. It helps you to don't get stuck at some point. So we know that this is equal to xfx, so we get 2 xfx is equal to x square plus fx square, and from this we know that fx square is equal to x square minus 2x times fx. And here we will use this method, replacing. We will replace x with the fx, so we will get fx square is equal to fx square minus 2 times fx times ffx. But we know that this is equal to xfx. This is equal to xfx. And this is equal to x square minus 2xfx. So if we simplify this, we get fx square is equal to x square minus 2x fx minus 2f times, it's correct, fx times xfx, and we will get that fx square is equal to xfx. Yep. So this means also we know that this is equal to fx square from here, right here. So since we know that f is injective also, we get fx square is equal to fx square. Now this means that if y is equal more than or equal to 0, then fy is more than or equal to 0, because we know that x square is more than or equal to 0, so fx square is fx square, which means that this is also more than or equal to 0. So using this and using that f is Cauchy function, we know the theorem that if these two are true, then f is a linear function, so fx equal to ax plus b for some a and b. And to find a and b, we will use that f0 is equal to 0 and f1 is equal to 1. So if we put x equal to 0, we get f0 equals to b, which is equal to 0. So we know that fx is like this. And if we put x equal to 1, we get f1 equals to 1 and equals to a. So we know that a is 1, so we get fx equals x. And we have checked this, if this is a solution, so we don't lose any points. And original equation was like this. And after checking, we get x plus y x squared is equal to x plus x squared y, which is true. So we get two solutions. Either fx is equal to 0 or fx is equal to x. And we are done. Also, guys, you can comment down below which problem you guys want to see in the next video, and I will try my best to solve and record a video about solving that problem. Goodbye, guys, and happy holidays.